What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be giving an update on Quant. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
So Quant is currently trading at a price point of just over $90. It has a market cap of just under 1.1 billion, which ranks 40th among all cryptocurrencies. And then Quant's circulating supply is only 12 million out of a max supply of 14.8 million. To put that into perspective, Bitcoin has a max supply of only 21 million, and it's currently trading at over $27,000. Quant has only 2/3 the supply that Bitcoin actually has, which makes it extremely scarce. And then Quant reached its all-time high back in the 2021 bull market at $428 and is down 78% since then. And if you're looking to invest in Quant, I recommend using Binance or Coinbase. I think those are the two easiest centralized exchanges to use. Now I'm going to give a quick overview of Quant for those of you guys that don't know. So Quant launched in June of 2018 with the goal of connecting blockchains and networks on a global scale without reducing the efficiency and interoperability of the network. It is the first product to solve the interoperability problem through the creation of the first blockchain operating system, which they call the Overledger network. Now, a lot of people out there see Quant's extremely scarce supply, and they assume that they're trying to be basically another version of Bitcoin. But the reality is that's not true at all. Now, Bitcoin works fantastic as digital gold and potentially a store of value in the future. And yes, Quant also has those properties. However, in some regards, Quant is trying to accomplish something significantly greater than that of Bitcoin, as they are essentially trying to be the glue for the entire world economy, which is about as big of a use case as you can get in crypto. Now, I will say one reason that a lot of people do not like Quant is because they are a super centralized project. When you think of Quant, think of them as a company that is utilizing crypto, because they are very centralized and they're also working to help create CBDCs, which is another thing that people don't like. But that's where it comes down to, what is your goal in crypto? There are some people out there that want to be in crypto for the whole decentralization aspect. However, the majority of people out there are in crypto because they want to make money. And if you ask yourself, who controls most of the money in the world? The answer is the central banks. So naturally, if Quant is connected to the central banks, that will have a lot of money just surrounding the project, which could be great from an investment standpoint. On top of that, Quant is also one of 8 cryptocurrencies that are rumored to be ISO 20022 compliant. This allows them to integrate within the entire financial sector, working alongside central banks with cross-border payments. So long story short, Quant is definitely not your traditional decentralized cryptocurrency, but in many regards that probably helps them, because in my opinion, they have a lot less likely chance to actually fail. Now, the founder of Quant is Dr. Gilbert Verdian, who has over 20 years of industry experience in upgrading the security, technology, and business strategies of businesses around the globe in order to achieve tangible results. And if you are looking to invest in Quant, I recommend doing a little more research into Gilbert Verdian. In my opinion, he has one of the most impressive resumes in all of crypto. And perhaps the biggest thing that stands out to me is that he founded the ISO standard TC307, which is responsible for the standardization in relation to blockchain and distributed ledger technologies. And it currently has 53 countries working towards it. Now, the first piece of news I want to cover is that Overledger is now available on OutSystems Forge, so Quant makes prototyping blockchain apps effortless. The move underpins our commitment to making blockchain technology simple to implement by enabling developers, whether working for financial institutions, large enterprises, SMEs, or startups, to prototype their Overledger app quickly and easily. The module enables users to drag and drop the plugin into applications, making blockchain development a seamless and user-friendly experience. And they say right here, from now on, building blockchain applications will be child's play. And if you just look around the world right now, there are so many people and businesses and massive institutions that don't even understand crypto, which in my opinion is a big reason why crypto has not yet taken off, at least not truly. So anything that helps building blockchain apps easier is going to be great for crypto adoption, and Quant should be right at the forefront of it. Now, if you come over to Quant's Twitter, they have 135,000 followers, and they haven't actually posted a whole lot. I'm not entirely sure why. Their most recent post was September 7th, which is actually something I covered in my last Quant video. We'll be at CBOS again to engage in the critical dialogue that pushes our industry forward. So Gilbert Verdian will be discussing our recent work on CBDCs for the Bank of England, as well as our vision for tokenized banking. And this conference is September 18th through the 21st, which is right now. So I'm guessing they'll post an update on how this conference went in a couple days. But yeah, overall, not a whole lot to cover on Quant's Twitter. Now, the next piece of news is extremely exciting. What Europe's new spot Bitcoin ETF means for global markets. The crypto world is abuzz with Europe's groundbreaking introduction of its first spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund from Jacobi Asset Management, listed on Euronext Amsterdam, a listing that took 2 years after initial approval in 2021. This development marks a pivotal moment in the continent's financial history and sets a precedent for other jurisdictions to potentially follow. And this is absolutely enormous. The reason for this, as many of you guys know, is the BlackRock Bitcoin Spot ETF. If you've watched this channel at all in the past, you know I am extremely bullish on this macro event. And hopefully this starts a chain reaction for spot ETFs to start getting approved. Because what you have to understand with BlackRock is they are the world's largest asset manager. They are in charge of almost $10 trillion of funds. If they get a Bitcoin Spot ETF approved, it will make it significantly easier for everyone to get into cryptocurrency, especially the older generations who have most of the money. And the biggest thing is that it's not a future ETF. Given that it's actually a spot ETF, BlackRock will actually have to hold Bitcoin. So imagine the confidence that that would install within the entire crypto market if the world's largest asset manager is seen holding Bitcoin. That could quite literally be revolutionary for crypto. And there are analysts out there that believe this could send Bitcoin to $180,000. Now, I am extremely bullish on this, and I don't even know if it would go to 180,000, but I certainly could still see Bitcoin skyrocketing. And I have said on multiple occasions that I believe this could be a catalyst that could potentially start an early bull market. That's how big I believe this could be. So I highly recommend you guys keep your eyes on this. Now for the final part of this video, we'll get into a little bit of technical analysis. So this is Quant on the daily time frame. And at the current moment, the stochastics and the RSI are both extremely oversold, which is typically a good sign. And then you could also argue that Quant is in a falling wedge, which break up 68% of the time, and it has a measured move to about $101. But I'm not doing my job if I don't give you guys the bearish indicators as well. So right now, Quant is trading beneath all of the moving averages, which is not ideal to see. On top of that, if you look at price action, we swing from a higher high to a lower high. If you look at the RSI, it's lower high to higher high. It's very small, but that is class A bearish divergence. Typically that signals a local top has been reached. Now I will say that could be very easily negated because of how small it is. If Quant does end up breaking out a little bit, then that divergence becomes irrelevant. And then I also want to point out Quant on the weekly time frame. So the stochastics and the RSI are both oversold again. And then we are also trading in a much larger falling wedge, which again break up 68% of the time. And this has a measured move all the way up to $147. In addition, if you pull a Fibonacci, Quant is trading just above the 786, which typically is a fantastic accumulation zone. So personally, I think Quant looks fantastic right now. If you guys believe in this project long term, you might want to start dollar cost averaging in. As you could also argue that Quant is in a potential double bottom, which typically is a great support level. But just understand, Quant and most other crypto projects are tied to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin rises, most will rise. If Bitcoin falls, most will fall. That being said, I want to show you guys Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So as many of you guys know, I called this initial drop on August 17th due to the 21-day moving average crossing the 50-day moving average, which created a death cross. Now since then, I have been warning about another death cross that has happened. The 21-day moving average broke beneath the 200-day moving average. And typically in Bitcoin's past, that is a more violent drop than the previous one. So just be very careful. That death cross is still valid. Now the good news is that at least price action has gotten back above the 21-day moving average. That being said, the stochastics and the RSI are both extremely overbought. And then similar to Quant, if you look at price action, we swing from a higher high to a lower high. If you look at the RSI, we swing from a lower high to a higher high. That is class A bearish divergence, which typically signals a local top has been reached. So at the current moment, I might look for Bitcoin to start flagging out and come down into that $25,200 region where it was trading sideways for the previous weeks. And then another potential scenario is Bitcoin comes down and bounces off the 21-day moving average. But in either of those scenarios, the stochastics and the RSI would hopefully come down and start to reset, where we then could get a major bounce up. So just to be clear, if I had to make a call, I would guess Bitcoin drops a little bit in the next couple days. But as I say in every single one of my videos, it is critical that you understand macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden the BlackRock Bitcoin Spot ETF gets approved, that could skyrocket Bitcoin, Quant, the entire crypto market. On the contrary, if it gets rejected or if some extremely bearish news comes out, that could tank the entire crypto market. So just keep an open mind. Realize that anything can happen in crypto in the short term. Don't get so caught up in short-term price action. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Quant could go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.